Welcome to WWE Attitude Years 2000, where Triple H buried everyone, The Rock roasted everything, and Vince McMahon was out here beefing with his kids. TLC got brutal. The Radicals bailed on WCW, and nothing made sense, but we loved every second. Hop into our time machine, and let's get uncensored.
What's up, everybody? You are checking out the Uncensored Pro Wrestling Podcast. I'm your host, the hot commodity Nancy, joined by my own personal hot commodity.
Da Vinci.
Da Vinci, is that your name?
No, definitely not. That was our YouTube. That was our Uber driver. I said our YouTube driver.
Our YouTube driver, yeah, that's what we heard about today. Well, who are you?
Me.
You're me. You're Anthony.
Yeah.
It's me. It's me.
Anthony from Cracker Barrel.
Anthony from Cracker Barrel. And we are jumping into our nicely made time machine filled with posters of Stone Cold Steve Austin.
And as long as we don't go past 97, we can still have Cracker Barrel.
That's true over here. So we are going all the way back to 2000 with our Attitude Years Season 3. And this particular episode we're covering is WWF SmackDown from November 23rd, live in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. And this is a special Thanksgiving episode of SmackDown. And I forgot that they did the Thanksgiving episodes because it falls on a Thursday. And SmackDown used to be, it was taped on a Tuesday, but aired on a Thursday.
Wasn't SmackDown originally on Wednesday?
No, it was always on Thursday until they moved to Friday.
That's right. I remember.
Yep. And this is a decent episode of SmackDown. We're coming off Survivor Series still, and we're on the road to Armageddon, which is December 10th, 2000, so a couple weeks away. WWF Intercontinental Champion Eddie Guerrero comes out to defend against the one Billy Gunn. Eddie says, Goldilocks, you may have stooged me on cheap, what did he call it? What do you call her? A cheapacita. But all of these mamacitas out here really want me. So he's basically shit-talking China. Eddie and Billy fight on the ramp to start the match. Guerrero grabs the title and hits Billy Gunn with a DDT onto the title for a 2 count. Eddie hits a frog splash for a 2. Billy lands a jackhammer and a Fameasser for a 2 count. And then Billy hits a sleeper slam. And Billy Gunn is the new WWF Intercontinental Champion, finally shutting up Eddie Guerrero here. And he hasn't been a singles champion, I don't think, in a long time.
Yeah, I was happy to see him win. I think he deserved it, and it definitely was good for the storyline where he's friends with China, and he beat Eddie Guerrero.
Yeah. Well, I think Billy Gunn is a good wrestler. I think he definitely deserved the win here. I think Eddie's also fighting hurt his shoulder, like he has that little thing on it, that little elbow brace. So
yeah,
maybe that's why he had to drop the title. We go backstage to see Commissioner Foley and Deborah. Commissioner Foley is dressed like a pilgrim with the whole hat and the white shirt, black vest.
And Deborah the whore, she's all dressed up like a sexy Native American.
Yeah, they refer to her as Pocahontas. And if we were watching this in 2025, everyone would be saying, this is racist, this is terrible.
Yeah.
But guess what? Fuck y'all, because it's not 2025. This is
That's
2000.
right.
So Deborah's Pocahontas.
And we still like Christopher Columbus in 97.
Yes. Jim Ross has chicken with them, and Deborah tells him that those are the best thighs and breasts she's ever seen.
Wow.
They're promoting JR's new cookbook where it's all about the wrestlers' favorite recipes. I'll show you that later. I found it on the Internet Archive website.
Oh, really?
Yeah. But it's also fun because they're doing it for Thanksgiving. WWF European Champion William Regal comes out next. Regal says, being a goodwill ambassador, I'm for England. I'm here to tell you Thanksgiving represents everything wrong with your country. You have a parade with floats. What exactly is a rugrat? And then he mocks the way Americans eat. That's when The Rock comes out, and Rock says, you're wrong if you think I'm going to disagree with you. I think you are a suit-wearing punk-ass bitch. Williams says, you listen to me, sunshine. I don't like the way you're besmirching my name. And then The Rock says, besmirch, it doesn't matter if you're feeling besmirched. The Pilgrims left England and landed on Plymouth Rock. All Rock's fans would give thanks if I walked down there. Or no, he said, okay, the fans would give thanks if I walled up your candy bum. And William Regal says,
in a British accent.
Yeah. And Regal says, was that a challenge? Rock says, you bet your British ass. And after our match, I'm going to take a turkey drumstick and I'm going to take it and stick it straight up your candy ass. I don't deliver as well as The Rock does, but it's
with
fun.
Worcester sauce on it.
Yeah, and it's funny that's William Regal because he's from England, so of course they're going to throw in you're an English guy here to take on the American hero for Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Good promo. I mean, you know.
I think we should look at JR's cookbook and we'll make something out of it.
Yeah, we could try it and let you guys know what we
and
think.
then we'll review it.
Yeah, we could. We then have a hardcore tag team match. The Hollies taking on TNA. Hardcore Holly breaks a stick over Tess's back, crashes Tess with a trash can lid, and lands a tornado DDT onto the lid. But then Tess lands a big boot to Crash, and TNA get the win. After Hardcore Holly nails Tess in the head with a stop sign. What do you think?
Yeah.
Or a road sign, sorry.
I mean, there wasn't a whole lot of point to this, but it was amusing. It was all right.
Yeah. Good way to get Hardcore Holly and Crash out there.
Yeah, and Hardcore Holly was like kind of making his comeback this week, so I guess he had a broken arm.
Yeah. K-Kwik with the Road Dogg taking on Val Venis with Steven Richards. K-Kwik lands a Hurricane Rana and dives onto Val Venis on the floor. And it's actually really cool to see our Truth doing these moves because you don't see him do a dive anymore recently. Val drops K-Kwik across the railing. And then Raichu Sensor attacked Road Dogg on the floor, allowing Steven Richards to DDT K-Kwik, and Val Venis gets the pinfall victory. So now Raichu Sensor has a problem with Road Dogg and K-Kwik. What do you think?
Yeah, I like them together, Road Dogg and K-Kwik, but I don't know. I feel like the right center thing is getting a little stale at this point.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like annoying. But yeah, I don't think this is going to lead to much more, but we'll see.
We will see. Next, WWF Champion Kurt Angle comes out.
I'm still waiting on the Acolytes to come back.
I know you keep saying that every week. And Angle has a neck brace after getting choke slammed off the stage on Monday Night Raw through a table. Angle goes over what happened at SummerSlam. He says that in the past, when he's beaten opponents before, they would say it was an honor to be in the ring with him and offer their congratulations. But he says the Undertaker is a loser, and what he did was so unsportsmanlike. He attacked his baby brother.
When in actuality, Kurt pushed his baby brother into the choke slam.
Yep. He says, unlike you, I love my brother. I didn't set his face on fire. And then he says, you choke slam my innocent brother. And then you attacked me for no reason and cowardly choke slammed me from the stage to the floor. You sick, twisted bitch. But I get it. You're jealous. Where are your gold medals? Sure, you have a spiffy bike, but you're nothing compared to the American hero. And then the Undertaker comes out and immediately goes after Kurt Angle. Edge and Christian come out to try to get the better of Taker, but Taker destroys all three of them. Angle slaps Taker, but then Taker gets back up and Angle runs away. So we're definitely going to see these two face off again. But what do you think of this?
Yeah, I don't necessarily think the Undertaker's going to win the belt from him, but I feel like maybe he'll beat him in like a non-title match or something. And I definitely want to see more. I like it. They had a really good match, and even though Kurt Angle's scared of them, they still have a good match together.
They did. especially when Taker lost his fucking pants. European champion William Regal comes out to take on The Rock. Rikishi comes out on the stage early on, distracting The Rock. Uh, Regal clotheslines The Rock into the crowd, and they fight in the crowd. Regal slams The Rock into the announce desk. Rock lands a DDT and a belly to belly, and then The Rock applies a sharpshooter, and William Regal quickly taps out. After Rock hits Regal with a rock bottom, and Rikishi just continues to stare down The Rock. I thought it was a decent match. I wasn't looking forward to it, but I actually thought it was good.
Yeah, it was a good match. I mean, obviously they didn't put the title on the line because The Rock's not going to be, the European champion.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was different. We don't see the Rock. I mean, The Rock's used the sharpshooter a couple times, but we don't see him win matches with it very much. So that was kind of different. And yeah, they did put on a good match together. So I don't foresee them having a long rivalry, but.
Next, we have Raven taking on Tazz here. Tazz rakes Raven's eyes and lands a modified suplex, and Raven gets a DDT for a quick victory. Really not much.
I have nothing to say.
Yeah, like no one really cares
I'm
about
so
this.
bored.
Even the crowd, like Raven won, it was just still dead. Like they didn't care.
Yeah, like both of them are very boring.
Yeah. Trish Stratus takes on Molly Holly up next, and this is actually a really good women's match for 2000.
But I have to say, quick, I do feel like WCW and ECW guys, they didn't book them good.
Yeah, Tazz and Raven.
So anybody from WCW and ECW kind of got that shit on.
Yeah, I agree. Trish versus Molly. Molly applies an arm lock to start the match. Trish tosses Molly into the railing and then lands a bulldog off the top rope for a 2 count. Molly lands some chops and lands a Northern Lights bridge for a 2 count. And then Molly nails Trish with a Molly go round. Molly gets the win here. What do you think?
I haven't seen a lot of Molly Holly, but I liked this match. Of course, I love Trish, so I wish she won. But I feel like we're definitely going to see more between them. And I like Molly Holly. She seems pretty cool.
Yeah, this is good stuff. Molly was actually a good wrestler and was able to compete with Trish, and Trish is learning her stuff here, so it was good. We see the wrestlers backstage starting their big feast that they're going to have, and Tiger Ali Singh shows up, and he's been backstage. He hasn't been allowed to the arena. They've been kicking him out and stuff. He tosses a pie, and it lands on Steve Blackman. So Steve Blackman destroys Lowdown and Tiger Ali Singh, allowing Bubba and the Dudley Boys to land a 3D to Tiger through a table. Bubba yells, "Food fight." Food flies everywhere. Deborah pies Commissioner Foley in the face. And, yeah, that was a big food fight scene.
Yeah, it was, like, very attitude, like, that was, like, the stuff that made the Attitude Era, so it was cool.
Mm-hmm. Our main event, Kane and Chris Benoit versus Chris Jericho and Stone Cold Steve Austin. Austin attacks Kane's leg and applies a leg lock. Kane lands a big boot to Jericho and hits a flying clothesline at Jericho, but Austin breaks up the pinfall. Austin hits the referee with a stunner and then lands a stunner to Chris Benoit. And Austin just basically said, "Fuck this match." And that was the end of it. It was a no contest. Austin just destroyed everybody.
Yeah, it was great. I liked it. It was pretty classic, like face versus the heels. And even though they didn't really win, they did. So it was cool.
Yeah, and it was a Thanksgiving episode, so they weren't going to give much storyline this episode except for Big O winning the title.
Yeah, it was kind of a filler,
but it was a good ending overall, like you said, chaotic and fun. But we have covered this episode. It was good to see a Thanksgiving episode. It got me excited for Christmas. There's a cool Christmas Slugs commercial during it too, an ad.
Yep, there was with the blue Santa.
Yeah. So we've covered all this episode. We're going to be covering Raw and then SmackDown. We've got Armageddon on December 10th, so we're going to be covering that. So make sure you subscribe, like, and hit that notification bell. And until next time, stay safe and stay uncensored.